He mentioned the story about the
Hella sharks that all start coming to the
Face stack that just makes your brain go.
If you're not ready for a mind then keep scrolling because it's about to get a little bit out there. There's this theory in quantum physics that says we might all actually be immortal. Hear me out. You know Schrodinger's cat, where there's a cat in the box with a vat of poison, and until someone opens the box, the cat is both alive and dead in a state of quantum superposition. Well, in 1957, Hugh Everett proposed the many worlds interpretation, where in this case, once you open the box, there's a timeline where the cat lives and a timeline where the cat dies, but they don't split until the box is opened. This would mean there is an infinite amount of realities branching off every single day into a multiverse. And then there's you. Have you ever walked down the street and felt like you almost got hit by a car? Well, quantum immortality says that there's a good chance in one timeline you did, but every time you get knocked off, your consciousness immediately travels into a timeline where you didn't. This continues on and on for infinity, with your conscious mind always finding a way into a timeline where you made it.
Oh my god, I'm literally gonna be the cockroach that lives forever. I told you, Goods, I told you. Oh boy, yeah, man, this makes so much sense. Of that one time in Slovenia where that rock fell, and I was like, bro, if I didn't move from that spot, that's it. I would have been gone in some other universe. I am gone, but in this universe, I continue. The observer Teddy, the big Teddy, continues to observe the other Teddy beings in all the verses till he makes it. Hey, welcome back, Goons. You're watching Explore the Weird. Hey, I'm thinking about a lot of things right now. Let's get right into it. I got more creepy, weird, strange, all the things. Let's get right into it for your page content.
This is insane. This is the exact moment a human egg gets fertilized. Now what you're seeing is a flash of light the moment it gets fertilized. This is a chemical reaction that releases a lot of zinc that seals the outside of the egg so it can't get fertilized by another little guy. What happens next is even more insane. It starts to ripple. The outside of the egg starts to look a lot like the bubble cymatics video that I posted a while back. And it shows that there's fluid motion within that egg. You literally start life vibrating. Cymatic images make some really cool complex patterns, but wait until you see this. This is a top-down image of what DNA looks like as a molecule. The left-hand side of this image is a cymatic pattern. Now look at the spoke symmetry and the circle symmetry. Here's another one. This is bDNA, and the background is a cymatic pattern. Here are all the DNA counterparts from A, B, C, and Z DNA. Now they're not exact, but there's a lot of research coming out that shows that we can modulate gene expression through vibration. It can also increase immunity in plants. Now, if you love this kind of thing, my Cymatics course is finally out. It's right here on TikTok. It covers everything from ancient history to its uses to how to set these things up to taking pictures, all of it. There's a free trailer up right now if you want to go check it out.
Oh my god, that is actually pretty neat. I've heard of CRISPR for gene things, but I've never heard of cymatics for it. Would we still call it CRISPR, or do you call it cymaticer? I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. Very cool. I've heard about this light. I hear it's even in IVF. You can see the light.
Okay, this is my raw reaction to the 2 girl 1 cup video, because I just saw a girl reacting.
A new generation is reacting to 2 girls 1 cup. That just tells you how bad that video was. There's not a new video to react.
That was a proper reaction. Oh my god, I remember this phase. And what? This is now coming back? People just literally like this, like, do you go 2 girls 1 cup, then meat spin, then you do... Wait, never mind. Never mind. I'm sorry. I've been traumatized when I was quite young. I thought I was downloading Revenge of the Sith Star Wars off of LimeWire, and ended up being this video, and then that music haunts me. I was quite... that was it. That wrecked me for quite some time. But then I came back to reality and I'm like, nah, it must have just been ice cream. That's what young Teddy thought. It must have just been ice cream.
Today's listing is quite unique. A bit unassuming from the outside, but inside, ooh, lordy. We're in Beaumont, California. $589,000, 4-bed, 3-bath, and it's 3,000 square feet. Jumping right on in. A lot to take in here. My biggest issue, though, is why on God's green earth is the television 40,000 feet in the air? Who was watching that? I feel like the stripper pole is just, like, of course there's one in here. But look at the decor. What is happening? It continues throughout the house. A lot of skeletons. Very steampunk vibes. Then we have, like, the world's most normal living room, followed by the world's most normal kitchen, followed by this. This is in the basement. There's a hot tub. And what is going on over there? I have so many questions. What is all this stuff? What is the material? Is this just like wall and ceiling art? Are people down here enjoying this? What is happening? Like, am I missing a theme? Like, is the theme just like steampunk vibes? Like, what is happening? And then just like a normal kid's room. It's so weird seeing this compared to the hell of a basement. And that's it. This place is literally insane. I actually have no idea what's happening in here, and I think that's probably for the best. Love you, bye.
Yeah, I feel like everything was fine here, you know? Maybe a little bit weird for some, but completely normal for others. Hey, that's exactly what's going on here. Let the homeowner do whatever he wants, and if he wants to sell it, let him sell it. Interesting. That pole, just because there's a pole doesn't just turn it into a stripper pole. I feel like that was a fireman pole, you know, where the can jump off the not jump off, I'm sorry, slide down the balcony on the second floor down the pole. But then again, are all poles just strip? Sorry, we're gonna keep it going.
So we've got this strange scenario, right? 21-year-old Christian, he is found dead in his bathroom. What looks like he took his own life with a gun. What's interesting is that his girlfriend who lived with him, Whitley, she is found to have gun residue on her hands, which she says was from the night before. She was shooting guns with a couple of friends. One of those friends comes forward. He says, no, she didn't shoot a single gun the night before.
Oh my god. Okay, I thought they were going to tell us, like, I thought this was going to go some other place. It's true crime. In true crime, it's hard. Is this unsolved? Is this solved? Do we know? Oh boy. Scary. I feel like she could be guilty, though, just from high-level things that you've said, but maybe that's the clickbait, and it ended up being it was the friend the entire time, and she was really innocent. Oh, snap.
Jupiter is a failure. Failure? It's twice as massive as every other planet combined. What are you talking about? Well, that's just it. Jupiter is so massive that it should have become a star, but it fell just short of getting massive enough. Your favorite planet here is a failed star. Well, that's just wrong. Yeah, okay, man. Dude, Jupiter is not even close to being a star. Sure, it's really massive for a planet, but even the lowest mass stars are on a whole other level. Jupiter would literally need to be about 80 times as massive to ignite and sustain hydrogen fusion in its core. The thing that makes a star a star. Actual failed stars do exist. They're called brown dwarfs. They're massive enough to cause deuterium fusion, but they can't sustain it. And even the lowest mass brown dwarfs are still 13 times the mass of Jupiter. Jupiter's not a failed star. It's an incredibly successful planet.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Jupiter's not a failed star, and it's not a failed planet either. Trust me, I know about failed planets. You ever heard about Pluto? Yeah, Pluto. Oh boy, Teddy, that got too real. They tried to rewrite that off them history books. I'm like, and then one day in the far future, we're gonna look back and be like, there was another planet that they wrote. Sorry. I feel sad for Pluto. You know, they also say that Jupiter was placed here, and it's the only thing that stops the asteroids from hitting the Earth and having another apocalypse.
Omar goes and switches the seat with it, bro. He sits there. Hella sharks that all start coming to the shore.
Really?
They're all sitting by this guy's feet. And there's like, even stingrays are coming next to this guy. And they're all just sitting there relaxing. All animals, for some weird reason, are attracted to this guy.
All animals.
All of them. His name is Omar Odavi. This dude pretty much has been like this forever, bro, since he was like a little kid. he always had this weird connection with animals. They said his mom noticed it when he was a kid, that there would be stray dogs, things like that would be really aggressive until he would come around. And she kept noticing it as he was getting older. And the older he got, it just got stronger. And the video that went viral was they did this study where they had this guy who is an Omar.
Yeah.
He sits in this chair right close to like the shore. Nothing comes out. Omar goes and switches the seat with bro. He sits there. Hella sharks that all start coming to the shore.
Really?
And they're all sitting by this guy's feet. And there's like even stingrays are coming next to this guy. And they're all just sitting there relaxing. Pretty much what scientists believe is it has something to do with his blood, because they said he has a high mercury count in his blood.
Really?
Yeah.
And it just makes animals kind of like...
They said it's almost like something like he has a magnetic field around him that attracts them. There's even this other video, he jumps in the water, and then like these 4 dolphins literally get around him, and they all just start swimming around him and stuff, and they're all like, you know, singing or like,
nah.
And he's sitting there just like petting them and stuff like that, bro. He just got in the water too, Mike. I can't make this up.
And it's not just land animals.
It's not just land animals either. No, it's like he could do it with lions. He's done it with a bunch of these other creatures as well. Yeah.
Giraffes, all this stuff.
All of them, bro. Yeah.
What? Man, this guy's literally the Ace Ventura of Ace Ventura Pet Detective. Sir, this guy's literally the Dr. Doolittle. Sir, this guy's literally the George of the Jungle. Sir, I have many. I feel like we finally found him. The guy, the animal whisperer, the Caesar Milan of sorts, but it with all animals. Oh boy, this is actually pretty neat. I didn't know. So, yeah, I definitely don't have this property. I try to stay away from animals as well. So definitely, I wouldn't even know if animals would even come attracted to the scent or whatever the aura of. That's crazy. This just feels weird. Hey, talking about feeling weird. Are you feeling weird? You stop it. Come on, we're trying to get the Goon Gang back together. The only way we can get that back together is if you start feeling normal and doing the interactions because you're a goon. Yeah, normal because you're a goon. Yeah, you're normal now. You're a goon. First you were like, oh man, this was weird, blah, blah, blah. But now it's normal. You're a goon. Can you interact with this video in the future video? Hey, it helps us out. We're growing, and we would appreciate it if you ride along with us in this normal ride, because everything's just normal. That's how it is. All right? All right. Oh man, I know that song, Paper Planes by MIA. Oh man, that was such a good song. Oh, it hits so hard now. You listen to oh no, YouTube's gonna, oh, you guys won't be able to hear the song. Wait, regardless of the song, man, those are some big carrots. Yeah, big. So this is content, or is this like how you live, or is this content? I'm feeling like this is content. I feel like this is just for the clicks and the views. No one's really doing this in this fashion and doing all this things. Like, where you go? You're gonna go get a fish from the stream and then do all the things and then get all this vegetation in the middle of winter here? Oh boy, yeah, I feel like it's put together, but it's very nice. Very nice. Works for some people.
Mel Gibson was on Joe Rogan's podcast recently,
cool.
but he mentioned the story about the Pope had this ceremony where they brought in this wooden deity called Pachamama.
It's translated Mother God.
Yeah.
Like a rainforest idol.
Yeah, which
like
is interesting because we've talked about before the Amazonians, they make ayahuasca, or ayahuasca. And they talked about Mother God is the one that taught them how to make this tea to be able to communicate with her in this other realm. To me, that's just like red flag. But bringing that idol with the Vatican was wild.
Mel Gibson responded to it. He was like, "This is #1 on Moses's hit."
Mother God, sure, why not?
Rogan's genuinely confused. He's like, "Why would they do that?" He's
Yeah,
like,
Rogan, who's not a believer, he's just like, it seems like they're not allowed to do that.
Bro, it's because they know, the Pope knows exactly that Roman Empire continued to live on. Oh boy, they had all the secrets from us. Why else would they randomly start doing rituals that they open doors that they've never done before? Oh, come on now. What about those people that don't have the ears? Have you seen those videos? Oh my god, I just want to know what's really going on. Why does the Pope continue to hide all the things, but at the same time, don't come after me. I'm just exploring.
Tell me the space fact that just makes your brain go.
When two black holes collide into each other, they cause ripples in the fabric of space and time to propagate through the universe like waves on the ocean. Fittingly enough, these are known as gravitational waves, and they were first detected from two black holes that merged into one bigger black hole about 1.3 billion years ago. In 1915, a member of the human race devised a theory that predicted their existence, and almost exactly 100 years later in 2015, those gravitational waves rushed through Earth and got recorded by the most sensitive measuring devices ever constructed. So just how energetic was this black hole collision? Well, we all know of Einstein's famous equation, E=mc², which essentially tells us that mass and energy are manifestations of the same thing. Mass is just a very concentrated form of energy. To give you an idea of how much energy is contained within mass, the atomic bomb that destroyed Hiroshima in 1945 only converted about half a gram of mass into pure energy upon detonation. That's about the mass of a butterfly, which was enough to devastate a city. The black holes that collided were 29 times the mass of the sun and 36 times the mass of the sun respectively. However, their combined mass was only 62 solar masses instead of 65. Why? Because 3 suns worth of mass was converted into pure energy in the form of the cosmic tsunami they generated. In the final 10th of a second of their orbits and eventual collision, these black holes generated 50 times more energy than every star in every galaxy in the observable universe combined. Reality is truly stranger than fiction.
Yeah, interesting. I've heard about the gravitational waves, and I think, what is it, Einstein that it Stephen, was this one you? Can't remember now. Oh boy. There's been many things. What? It's gonna be Neil at the end. Nah, there's no way. I don't think Neil has ever founded anything. I think he's just Never mind. Don't come after me. You sit down, Mr. Tyson. You sit down. Oh my god. I crack myself up. You guys have no idea. I have envisioned all these astrophysicists and all these space people just having all kinds of debates all the time. And I'm just like, oh man, somewhere in some realm, they're all doing the things and like, we figured it out. And then, boom, another species comes out and be like, we were the ones in time. Sorry, I'm spiraling pretty hard. We're going to keep it going.
I do want to start with Scott, though, because you're like right there, like ground zero for all of this activity that's been going on. So I'm just going to real quickly share here. This is the first one you sent me.
No, there's 2 of them.
Yeah, it's weird looking.
I mean, you watch it and it sounds like a small plane, but you look at it and it's obviously not. So, right. Scott, what's going on here?
So that was very odd because we have helicopters fly over us all the time. I know the difference between the military helicopters that come through, the civilian helicopters, news helicopters. We have everything. Not that I'm an expert in any aircraft. However, I do know the difference between those helicopters and also the airplanes that fly over our head always are headed off to or leaving Newark. So I'm pretty familiar with the flight pattern as well. And that thing was so low and in such a strange spot while I was watching 3 other floating orbs that were probably about 3 or 4 miles away. I couldn't tell if they were drones or something else, but they were staying still. They're not stars. They're not in the usual place that I would expect anything like that.
Man, drones are really good at staying still, and they do make noise. It's like a weird, like high-pitched buzzing. It's interesting, and that's kind of similar to what this video showed in the beginning as well. And it could have been 2 drones following each other, and the light pattern. I know somebody like, Teddy, that was a plane. You stop it. Drones also have light patterns, and I feel like maybe this was a recreational drone at the same time. Is this supposed to be the Jersey drones? Yeah, I haven't been getting that many videos on them, but nice to see that someone's talking about them. Yeah, and I feel like we know which agency is running them. Now we just need to figure out what they're exactly taking information on. or from. Oh my god, is visiting Niagara Falls seasonal? Do they not do the Maid of the Mist one? Of course not, it's all frozen over. I didn't even know it did this thing. All I knew about was like the person that like went into a barrel and then fell on the falls, and they were the ones that lived, and that's why it's sorry, there's some story behind this. Interesting. This is actually very nice. It's very scenic, and it's inspiring to see nature like portrayed in this way.
Once you see this, there's no going back. This is YouTuber named Boots Made for Crushing, who created a YouTube channel of him stomping on things and watching them break. This wasn't your so-called normal crushing video. This was something that genuinely he had a fetish for. So much, in fact, that he started a second channel to do even more crushing, infamously known as Boots666. On this new channel, he would create videos and post them of him stomping animals to death. This next part is extremely controversial because he was never banned. People started reaching out to YouTube to get this guy's channel taken down, and the only thing YouTube did was issue a strike, and then 4 months later he was able to post again. The next uploads that came after this were him crushing anything from frogs to large insects to snails. YouTube has never came out and publicly said anything about this guy's channel, but his videos are up to this day. People speculate the reason he was never taken down is because he was posting these videos as unlisted. If you're unfamiliar with how unlisted videos work, basically the only way you're able to actually view the video is if you were given the link itself. So he would use his Tumblr platform to post the video so people could directly access it. What are your thoughts on this? And make sure to like and follow for more true crime stories tomorrow.
Man, there's sickos out here doing that kind of stuff and evading the algorithm, and here we are doing all the things in order to try and get YouTube friendly content, and YouTube still hits us. Are you kidding me? You letting content like this on the freaking platform, but you try to limit. Sorry, Goons, I love you. You're normal. Did you stop? We already went through. Sorry. I'm disappointed in this. I thought this was going to be something different, but and I was like, hey, we're not here to kink shame, yeah, you can do all things, but this is just wrong. You shouldn't be getting harmed. Yay. If you got weird kinks, just do it safely and make sure no one's getting harmed. People are getting harmed. Animals getting harmed. This isn't cool. This isn't right.
So many people ask about weather modification solutions, and this is a very simple setup. This is a piece of rebar with a copper pipe, and what I do is I pour water in the copper pipe. I let it pool right here, and what you're going to notice is above me, completely clear. That's the magic of a Cloudbuster. That's really cool. But look at clouds all over the other place, and then clouds all over here. But just a simple setup. You could put multiple copper pipes into the ground, fill them with water, let them pool, and watch what happens with your skies. Magic. And if people want to learn more about this, look up the work of Trevor James Constable and Wilhelm Reich. Enjoy.
Before he cited that he actually got this from a book, I was like, bro, now you've really gotten out there. Now I need to go read the book and figure it out for myself. Maybe they have figured it out. I don't know. Do you know? The
producers of Ancient Aliens got the story. They found a computer scientist called Nick Sisk. He translated it from binary, and there was a message. The message reads, exploration of humanity, continuous for planetary advance, eyes of your eyes, origin year 8100, which is what put him onto time travel. And then a list of latitudinal and longitudinal coordinates that just happen to match with the locations of a lot of sacred sites all around the world. Everything from the Great Pyramids at Giza through to the Nazca lines in Peru and a number of other sites. But origin year 8100 made him think maybe this isn't extraterrestrial, maybe it's time travelers. There are very few professors doing theoretical work on time travel. But there is one called Ronald Mallet. And Ronald Mallet was saying, well, is there any way that time travel could work, but without violating any of the laws of physics? Would be to send a message back through time. And he said subatomic particles have a spin state that is kind of either up or down. And he said if you therefore send a stream of particles back into the past, but control their spin state so that they are either up or down, if you can control that, you can create a binary message.
What the heck? So someone figured out how to decode that binary message, and this is the things that it said? Is that somebody just us? Is it just us again? Are we the future ones? Future Teddy, you trying to send us a message? Is this it? Did you do it? Did you make the other things happening? Did you achieve financial freedom? Do we have a goon land? Is there goon bunkers everywhere? Is there a board of goons? I have so many questions. Future Teddy, tell me the things. I'm still here doing the things, Teddy. Doing the things. I know that there's some other being out there that's observing the Teddy in all phases and states and timelines, and they're going, this guy, he's all right. I hope so. I hope so. I just know it.
I have done thousands of past life readings, and in my readings, I do usually include cause of death. Some people do just live an everyday life and then just die of sickness or old age, or some other accidental random cause. But the fact of the matter is, through history, we have died in some not so great ways, some ways that have left us with a lot of trauma. And I wish I could say that it's only every once in a while that it happens. On average, I get about one reading a day that is truly traumatic and violent. And I read 4 days a week. Now, it is less traumatic when someone's doing the reading versus you doing your own past life regression and finding out. But it's also why I tell people, if you don't feel you're ready for the answers that may come, I can't guarantee that trauma will or will not show up. So if you're not ready, then wait to do a past life reading. Wait to do your own regression. It's your soul protecting you.
Okay, yeah, I can vibe with that. Hey, if you're not ready for a reading, don't do the reading. Hey, oh, Teddy, it sounds cool. I'm gonna just, try it out, just walk into the room. Nah, you ain't ready. You stop it. Actually, you thought it sounded cool. Maybe you are ready. Wait, never mind. Maybe you are. All right. Everything's fine here. You ready? You go ahead and you do it. If you're not ready, you don't do it. Oh boy. I actually know that I've had past lives. I also believe in reincarnation. It's part of my religion as well. So I know at some point there could be another future Teddy in a different body that comes back and he's like, there was once a past Teddy that did all the things. Wait, is that future Teddy and the future Teddy in the Lambo the same future Teddy? No, that future Teddy would be a different Teddy. That is, now I would be the past life. I know, I'm spatting. Oh no.
For the most part, you're not looking at anything original anymore. That's not the oldest picture. There's pictures of it in greater states of ruin with trees growing out of it. For the serpent to do what it does now, they would have had to rebuild the site. So that they wouldn't have been able to just excavate it and clear it and then have that happen.
But that's my point, is if it's covered in dirt and you can see, it's a damn dirt hill.
Right, yeah.
There's no way the summer solstice is going to line up with the dirt hill. You either A, would have had to known that existed and recreate it, or B, as you're building this thing literally from scratch with these photos as they are,
incorporate the design.
You would have to incorporate it into it.
Yeah, which is what I believe they did.
What? I've been to Chichen Itza. Don't do this to me. I was under the impression that, I've seen the snake slither. I've seen that shadow move. Oh my God. Wait, have I seen it or have I just been told? No, I feel like I've seen the shadow of the snake as well. But yeah, and then they got all those ancient ruins right next to it. Man. And now what about the other stuff? What about the real pyramids in Egypt and stuff? Are those also the same thing? And with the Sphinx as well, they're just hiding all the things and yeah, we're just going to recreate it and restore it. You restoring it, meaning you hiding the real things? Oh my God. We're going to do one more.
At one point we did find, there's almost street signs down there for, keeping track of where they are in the mine.
These aren't named. That's East Buck, West Buck.
Yeah, the tunnel names.
The mines they're huge, they're massive. Until you look at the map, comparing to the city, the extent, the size, it really is a city under the city down there.
My favorite thing about this map is the entire city outline is drawn. If you look, you could see every street. This is Broad running down here. You could see Locust, Vine, Church, Laurel, Wyoming, Pine. Every street is drawn on this map, and it really gives you an idea of just the insane amount of workings underneath the city.
Oh my God. It's literally every city. They got the tunnels and they were like, oh yeah, you know, we needed to man the things. I'm like, were they really manning or were they building the tunnels? And were there even older tunnels while they were manning? They were like, whoa, we just found a different tunnel. Was this other? Oh my God. Oh my God. Why is this always happen near the end? I'm always going to have to keep smiling and I got to look for that like button to reset and then come back and record another one the next. Oh boy. Oh boy. Guess what? You made it to the end. How you feeling? You feeling like you got tunnels underneath you? All you got to do is just dig it deep enough and then boom, you get connected to all the inner things that are happening in the hollow earth or something. Oh, I'm trying to figure it all out too, buddy. I'm like, hey, should I grab my shovel and start? Sorry. I'm sorry. You made it to the end. All right. There should be videos on the screen right now. Click on either one of them to continue the Goon Fix. The one in the middle, you can subscribe. I will see you guys next time. Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Wake up, wake up.